started a damn new live stream instead of selecting the scheduled broadcast. So that's my bad, guys. Technical difficulties on my part. I apologize. We're starting 8 minutes late. I was really wondering why the thumbnail wasn't popping up. That's all on me. I apologize. Kareem. I know Kareem's in the chat. What's going on, man? Hope all was well. I was really confused. I was like, why does it say I have like two streams going on? So anyone that's confused, like where the hell did Noah go in the other stream? Well, this was the stream I was actually supposed to be on. So yeah, what's going on, YB Jelly? Yeah, I apologize, guys. That's why I'm all over the place tonight. I apologize. I have some confusions with OBS, but it should be a fun show. We're gonna be talking about the Jalen Brunson investigation. That's not so fun, but I'm fun. I'm like excited for the tail end of the stream because we're gonna be doing a tier list. Like we're gonna be ranking the players on this current roster from S to F. I believe I set it up. S being the best, then F being the worst on the roster. And then we're going to be looking at some previous New York Knicks, ranking them by, like, do we regret signing this guy, like the Joakim Noahs of the world. But it's going to be a Q&A. We're just going to be talking New York Knicks. Should be a good show. Like, it's the off season. It's a dry time right now. I was like, should I make a video on this whole Jalen Brunson situation? I was like, I want to hear your guys' thoughts because it's all over the place right now. So, obviously, the whole investigation's going on. Like, did the New York Knicks tamper? I know some people are like, it's not tampering because it's family. And even Rick Brunson, like, not like Rick Brunson was strictly brought in here to recruit his son over to the New York Knicks because Tom Thibodeau can go on to say in that board meeting or the NBA meeting, like, no, Rick Brunson's coached under me in Minnesota. He's coached under me in Chicago. I just liked his work at the end of the day. But it is definitely a family affair. Leon Rose has known Jalen Brunson since he was a baby. Worldwide West has Tom Thibodeau. But then I know Worldwide West went to the Dallas Mavericks game. Reports came out like before he was even a New York Knick, like the estimated contracts or even before free agency opened. But at the end of the day, no way will we have to give up a first round pick. The only way, in my opinion, that we have to give up a first round pick is if they really catch us red handed. Like, it's not even that bad, in my opinion. Like, they'll have to find like factual proof, factual information from a text or something like that at the end of the day because you can't just assume during this process. Like, just assuming and making a team give up a first round pick, like, at the worst, I think we're going to have to give up like a second round pick and then like be fined some money. I know this is a totally different situation compared to the Miami situation and the DeMar DeRozan situation. I know some people think that we're going to have to give up a first round pick because of like some Fred Katz thing that's leaked out there. Well, they're like, I'm gonna give you guys advice. Never, like, Fred Katz is a reliable source, but someone kind of stirred around or mixed up Fred Katz's words like in a clickbait type of way for people to like his Instagram post. Never take information from Instagram. Never. Like, they're never a reliable source. It's literally for likes and follows at the end of the day. But let's see if anyone else popped in the stream. I apologize. This was supposed to be my scheduled stream, but I went live on the other ship for some reason. I really apologize. Yo, what's going on, Jay? I hope all is well. What's going on, Cash Out James? What's that profile pic? That looks like Mitch in there. Keep Donovan in Utah. See, we could talk about Donovan Mitchell. It might just be me. Am I the only one that's tired of talking about Donovan Mitchell? If Donovan Mitchell becomes a Knick, great. If he doesn't, okay, there's other ways of building your team. But it's just, he's like the Jazz still have control of him, or he's still under contract for a few years. There's no rush. They're trying to get back as much as possible. Even though I think the Knicks have some leverage from the report that came out that the Jazz and like they're not really close to finding any deals, so they might be like the Knicks have the best package. Miami, like Duncan Robinson, one of the worst contracts in the league. How much do they value Tyler Hero? The Jazz actually value R.J. Barrett more than we thought at the beginning as well. The Atlanta Hawks, like, why'd they throw that team in there? Like, why? Why the hell would they trade for Donovan Mitchell? That'd be a small ass like point guard to shooting guard and small forward. Because DeJounte Murray, yes, he has a long wingspan, but he's only 6'4", so like that would just make no sense. How would Donovan Mitchell fit into all that? So I just think I think it's a bunch of clickbaiting going on. I think it's a bunch of drama going on right now, personally, in the NBA world. I think Mitchell might end up playing another season for the Utah Jazz. I think that's very possible because he never officially asked out. He never did. Um, I agree 100%, Kareem. I agree 100%. Because our market is so different compared to all these teams, it's just wild. Wait, did that happen? KD to the Celtics, or you're just talking about that? let's see. Chris Vertical want to know why the guys on the Knicks are losing their breath. Why? But yeah, Hamish says keep Donovan in Utah. One or two of the draft picks we keep will turn us into a contender. Like that, I'm all about building the team organically. At some point, we're gonna have to get a star. The, I know, like at the end of the day, a star is a star, but just something about like drafting and developing a homegrown type of guy would be very nice, especially because we don't do that often. Cause like I don't know, I'm all about building the team organically, and not building the team just for now, but building the team moving forward. But we're Knicks fans. We know that's not really always the plan within the organization. What's going on behind the scenes, Dance Studio? So let's get into these reports real quick. Or no, I had my freaking YouTube studio set up. I apologize. So let me change the tab. See, look what OBS did to me. Look what OBS did to me. Good thing I didn't show any like public information or anything like that, or private information. All right. Well, actually, let's start off with the tweet because everyone wants to know: do we really have to give up a first round pick and all that? So let's get into this. So if you didn't know, see, I said don't take information from these Instagram accounts. Don't do it. You know, they're not reliable sources. NBA Stream. Like, are you really counting on NBA Stream to give you factual information? No. So let's talk Knicks. Shout out to her, great Twitter account. Nothing confirmed, but NBA Stream just put out an hour ago that Fred Katz said the Knicks could lose a first round pick for tampering. And then she said, Fred, could you clarify this? And yeah, he put this on Instagram, and Fred even responded. So I think it's fake. It would have to be like we would have to be caught in such a bad situation in order for a first round pick to be taken away. I'm not sure the last time someone got a first round pick taken away. Usually it's like second rounders and fines, but like our situation's fishy, but it's not like bad to the point that we should get a first round pick taken away. And again, they'll need factual information. You can't just assume and take away a first round pick. But first round pick's important if it's protected or unprotected because even if we're not selecting with that first round pick under this regime, you can still use it via trade. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But Fred Katz responded to saying, because like they said, like the Knicks could lose a first round pick for tampering. Fred Katz says, that is taking something I wrote, removing the context, and then spinning it to imply something else. This is what I wrote in my story today, saying the NBA go-to penalty for tampering is the loss of a team's next second round pick. The Miami Heat lost a second rounder this past season after beginning negotiations on a sign-in trade for All-Star guard Kyle Lowry before they were allowed. So they did it before it was allowed, and I guarantee the New York Knicks did it. Like, they went on to negotiate this contract with Jalen Brunson before it was allowed, if we're being real. So we should get a second-round pick taken away. And the family thing shouldn't really affect it because, like I said, Rick Brunson's been a coach under Tom Thibodeau, so there's still just pure business there and a pure basketball mind there. But it says the Chicago Bulls suffered the same penalty after sign-and trade talks for point guard Lonzo Ball earlier than they could as well. But as I wrote 2 weeks ago, when I deemed the chances of an incoming investigation excellent, the league does not view the loss of a second rounder as a blanket penalty. If it uncovers evidence of tampering it believes to be egregious, it could lay a harsher punishment. But like at the end of the day, they'll need factual information. You can't just assume things. I'm interested to see what they're gonna like really investigate or talk about in that meeting. But they're probably gonna bring up Worldwide West. Why'd you go to that Jazz Maverick series? You know, why'd you hire Rick Brunson? Tibbs could say he coached under me before, but it's gonna be interesting. The NBA may find that everything here was above board. It may find it wasn't. It may discover that could seem otherwise dicey, but decides that, but decide that. I think he meant besides that. It's not a crossing line when it's father and son doing the talking. No one has any idea what will happen. Yeah, that's true. I think this is a very specific, interesting situation. Like, has there ever been a father-son thing that went on like this when it came to recruiting? Like, we've had, like, coaches, but this? But then I wanted to get into a video. Apparently, Fred Katz was on a podcast and was talking about something as well. I was going to upload a video today on this, but then I was just like, I'm not sure if it's real or not. I'm not going to, like, I don't know if we'll really have to give up a first round pick. I don't think we'll have to, but let's see what else is going on in the chat. Do you want Spida, Kareem? Do you want Mitchell? Don't trade for Spider. Spider will be there in 2023, 2024. But this is the thing also, if you're trying to get a star, you can't constantly wait. We've done this waiting game before, but if he really wants to be here, it is possible we can get him then. Homegrown sounds much better than using the cheat codes, and I feel like it makes your culture better. That might just be me, though. At the end of the day, if you're winning, you're winning. Yo, what's going on, Buzzer Beater? I hope all is well. Chris Dunn, jeez. Yo, talking about someone who's picked in the lottery, who's not even in the league right now, Jarrett Culver. Remember the New York Knicks worked out Jarrett? Like everyone was scared we are gonna draft Jarrett Culver or Garland. I would have been okay with Garland at this point. Garland's a beast. But everyone's like, no, RJ's the guy. Why are we working out Culver a night or a day before the draft? It's crazy. Jarrett Culver was drafted in 2019. He's not even in the league right now. That's crazy. Oh, I agree. It's not illegal, but they may just ask that, what are you doing there? If New York is fined or penalized for tampering, it'll be grossly unfair. Everyone in the league has signed players the first day after free agency starts. And isn't that evidence of, well, like we just mentioned, they're going to hold them accountable. I feel like they're going to get a second round pick taken away in money. Because if I'm being unbiased right here, I'm not a Knicks fan, the Knicks had a contract agreement with them before free agency opened. The Heat got a second round pick taken away. The Bulls were held accountable. I don't mind a second round pick being taken away. I know we draft pretty well in the second round, but at the end of the day, we have so many second round picks. Leon Rose is going to find a way to acquire them. A first rounder, though, that's different. But I wanted to find this video. It's a part of the replies here. He was on a podcast. He was talking about it. Let's see if I could find it. So many freaking comments here. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's all the way at the bottom, or maybe it's scroll up more. See if I could find this for you guys. I think it's up more. I think it's a part of these. But I hope all is well in the chat. It's just a dry time in the New York Knicks world. I don't want to reach for content. That's why I went live. I was like, let's just talk about them. So, it should be in here. Show replies. All right, so here we go. This was Fred Katz on a podcast. And yeah, that's what he said.
And if they find evidence of tampering that they believe to be particularly egregious, they are down to go with a harsher penalty. But they have to find the evidence. It can't just be this is what we believed happened. It has to be evidence you can present in a courtroom and actually prove your point.
So what would that look like? Would that be 2 second rounders? What is?
I think it could be a first.
Yeah. So Andrew,
but that's I wasn't explicitly told it could be a first, but
we're making the case.
And if they find evidence.
All right, so, but he did go on to say, put in context, if you got here later, someone put on Instagram that the Knicks can get a first round pick taken away. Fred Katz never really said that in his article. He just said it could be a harsher penalty. And he also said, to put this video in the context, he was just talking about in general when it comes to tampering. He wasn't strictly talking about the New York Knicks, by the way. All right, let's see what else. Culver's a good defender. His shot looks broken. I'm not going to lie. There's a hitch there. He's athletic. I wasn't really high on him coming out of Texas Tech. I wasn't that high on him, but for depth purposes, if we trade for a Mitchell, I'm not saying we will, we would have to bring in depth because we would probably lose some guys, even though I think the Jazz are prioritizing draft picks more than anything. Let's see what else. What about Colin Sexton? He has the same stats and size of Spida. Colin Sexton's an interesting player because I feel like he'd be looked at a lot differently if he didn't get hurt last year and he was a part of that winning team. I look at Colin Sexton more as a six-man, though. He's a pure scorer. He's not a great playmaker. He's a dog, though, and I do think Colin Sexton's being disrespected. But him as a six-man on that Cavs team, I think, could be nasty because he's a bucket getter. He is. But I don't think the Knicks would have the money to get a Colin Sexton. I know the Cavs kind of lowballed him, but I feel like he's going to get more than that. I think he's going to return to Cleveland, though, as a six-man. Oh, I agree with you 100%. Players talk to each other all the time, and they also talk to GMs, too. Yup, I agree. Get cheap talent. It has to be a second-round pick. Another team. Yeah, it has to be a second. I'm not going to lie. I'll be pretty mad if we get a first-rounder. Again, even if you don't prioritize drafting with that first-round pick, It's so huge when it comes to putting together packages. Like, there's other ways you utilize picks as well, you know? But even if they take away a first round pick, I wonder if it'll, like, let me know in the chat, because at the end of the day, I'm not sure when it comes to this. When it comes to if we would have to give up a first round pick, would it have to be ours, or could we trade like a Mavericks pick? Like, I wonder that. Or does it have to be protected or unprotected, you know? You know who else is out there? He can't stay healthy. I wouldn't mind him. Like, actually, he can't be an emergency policy player because he can't stay healthy. But Jabari Parker's another player. He played at the Celtics for a little bit last season, I believe. He's a free agent. If you want, like, because I believe you can have up to 20 players when it comes to the off season, and then you have to cut it down. Like, because like maybe we bring in, yeah, Melo's still out there too. Yeah, we'll see what goes on to happen with Melo. It's interesting what's going on in the NBA free agency world. But yeah, shout out to Let's Talk Knicks. She has a lot of knowledge about the New York Knicks for sure. But I just want to talk to you guys about that for sure. And then this latest report came out. What was this? A couple days ago, or might have came out today. The NBA Knicks tampering investigation by the Athletic. And Fred Katz works for the Athletic. Hopefully they're not gonna make me pay for this. I'm gonna skim through this, see if anything we don't know. Let's see. The Knicks hired as an assistant coach in June. Surely a dad should be allowed to speak to his son about career advice. I agree. There are blurred lines between Knicks president Leon Rose and Rick Brunson as well, considering Brunson was one of Rose's first ever clients. Yeah, if you didn't know, Leon Rose's son, who works for CAA, Jalen Brunson was his first ever client. That's pretty wild. They've known him since he was a baby. But, like, I'm sure there's been worse situations than this, though. Well, I don't know if you saw the reports. Everyone is up to sale. Like, they're looking to move on from everyone from that Utah Jazz team. Buzzer beater. Like, if they're moving Donovan Mitchell, I forgot who said it, but they're open to trading everyone. I'm not sure when they're going to trade everyone, though. See, that shocks me. I know Dennis Schroeder, there's some questions with him in the locker room, but he could still ball, though, Dennis Schroeder. Oh, Jabari Parker signed a contract in Israel? I did not know that. Shout out to him. Get that bag. And if you haven't already, smash that like button. We have 34 people watching, but we only have 10 likes. Yo, Hamish, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you. That means the world. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's go Knicks, man. Thank you. Knicks' second unit will be amazing to watch with Quick, Obi, Hartenstein, Grimes, D. Rose. I know a lot of people want Grimes to start, but I think, I'm right there with you. I think our second unit is gonna be one of the most dominant in the league. I really like our second unit. If you didn't check out my latest video, you could check it out. I talked about the second unit. Isaiah Hartenstein. I think he's a huge upgrade over Noel when it comes to durability, playmaking. Maybe not the best of rim protect. Like, he's a solid rim protector, but Noel's obviously a better rim protector. But he's gonna thrive with Obi. He's gonna thrive with the personnel out there. He plays hard as shit. Like, and he has potential to stretch the floor. I do like what Hartenstein brings to the table. He's more of a post game as well. So great point, Hamish. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Means the world. But we're gonna have a high motor, high energy second unit. We are, and I'm interested to see how Tibbs is with his rotations when it comes to the bench. Because sometimes last year, like, remember when we eventually played Grimes? Sometimes Grimes came off the bench first. Sometimes it was quickly, and like Rose got hurt. But even if Rose goes down, I hope he doesn't. I love Derrick Rose. I think we're still in good shape because we just have depth. Obviously, if we don't trade for Mitchell, obviously. Yeah, Hardenstein plays hard, and even, like, what's a good sign as well? When Clippers fans were upset they lost him in free agency, and Chicago Bulls fans were mad they didn't get him. Like, some Chicago Bulls fans really wanted him, you know? If anyone mentions Carmelo Anthony, you're going in timeouts. The Clippers do not have a backup center. Do they have... No, they don't have Daniel Otero anymore. Who is their backup center right now? Who's behind Zubac? That's a great question, actually, Karam. Let me look at their depth chart. Yeah, they do not. That's worrisome if you're a Clippers fan. Literally on ESPN, they have Robert Covington as their backup 5. They're screwed. They're probably gonna run some small ball. They probably are gonna run some small ball. But thank you again, Hamish. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Correct me in the chat if I pronounce your name wrong. Thank you. And it's only 2 years, 16 million. Like Hardenstein maybe didn't put up crazy numbers, but an expanded role, like you'll see his talent out there. Maybe I'm hyping him up a little bit, but someone made the perfect comparison for Hardenstein. He's a Walmart Jokic. He's literally a Walmart Jokic. He's like a much downgraded version of Jokic, except you can make case he's obviously a better rim protector. He's actually damn athletic, but he could do some things as Jokic, but like downgraded version. All right, let's see what else. Trying to catch up on the chat here. I agree. I think he's going back to Cleveland in a six-man role. But Sexton's gonna be there's certain players you're just like he's gonna be successful in whatever role because Sexton is a dog. He is a dog. He had a question. There was a question with his 3-point shot coming out of Alabama. His 3-point shot's been above average, I believe. So I do like him. Let's see. Isaiah Thomas. Behind the scenes, Dan Studio, I really appreciate you tuning in. But what's up with Jordan Clarkson? Yeah, they're gonna probably try to trade him, especially if Mitchell's gone. They're gonna try to trade Jordan Clarkson. Yeah, you can make that case, music. That's true. The whole league does tamper. It's just the New York Knicks, man. But I can't say that because it happened to the Bulls, happened to it's happened to other teams. But would you guys be that upset if we get like a second round pick taken away and we're fine? I wouldn't be that upset. First rounder, I don't think it's happening. No way we get a first. If we get a first rounder taken away, that's some BS. Like that's some BS. Like at the end of the day, the NBA let us hire Rick Brunson. The NBA let us have World Wide West, Leon Rose together. So you're not gonna let us try to acquire a Jalen Brunson. Like you're gonna try to get in the way of this, and fine us for this. Like you let these guys come together, and you probably knew the relationship there. So yeah, I like Hardenstein. Let's see. Hamish. Hamish. Okay, I got you, man. Hamish. I got you. I got you. But let's see what else they saying here. Let's see, the NBA is officially investigating the Knicks for their free agent recruitment of Jalen Brunson. 104 mil. The league will look into Rick Brunson connection. Yep, I mentioned that. If any contact occurred before the Knicks legally speak to Jalen Brunson. But yeah, again, I try to be fair, unbiased. But yeah, someone made a good point. Freaking, I feel like a lot of teams do this. I feel like a lot of teams do this. I wonder. I haven't read a lot into the Sixers situation, but I know they're being talked to about tampering. Um, there's a 4-year quote from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver that I've been thinking about since this news came out. At a 2018 news conference, a reporter asked Silver about a Magic Johnson tampering charge from earlier that season when Johnson made public comments about Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo and why the league chose to penalize Johnson. There's not always a simple, bright line, Silver says. As I've said before, context is everything. It's not that I can say, here's the simple rule. I think it's a little bit, when you see it. And in this case, ultimately, I'll take responsibility for it. We thought in the context of things that have gone on this year. In that case, Magic had crossed the line. So my question is for you guys. Did the Knicks cross the line? Did the Knicks cross the line? The NBA can penalize for tampering based on only the proof it finds out in an investigation. Exactly. Proof. Proof. You can't assume. You need actual proof at the end of the day. And by the way, I hope all you guys are doing well in the chat. By the way, I didn't bring it up. I always thank you guys for your support. But we're so close to 4K subscribers. That's just awesome. That's just awesome. I had another channel, which is deleted, or it's on private. It took me 2 to 3 years, or no, it took me beyond 3 years to reach 1K subscribers. And 2 years on this channel, we're at damn near 4K. And that wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you so much. The punishment should be Mitchell on the Knicks and IQ and Randall on the Jazz. All right, we're gonna touch base on that and then talk about the Knicks a little more. But at the end of the day, yeah, you can ask some broad NBA questions or basketball questions as well. But if you do, I uploaded a video on the New Orleans Pelicans on my second channel. If you look up the Hoop Addict on YouTube, that is my second channel over there, talking about broad NBA and all that. But all right, so this is the thing with Victor Wembanyama. I know, very hyped up, French player. Spurs may get him because Spurs may be competitive, but I think they're gonna lose a lot of games. Victor Wembanyama, he looks like he could be a generational talent. Good shooting stroke. He's athletic. He could put the ball on the floor. He's 7'3". He could block shots. Your hip shouldn't be able to move that well. You shouldn't be able to move that well laterally at that level. His lateral quickness is unbelievable. But look up the history of NBA players that are 7'3" and above. They've had good years. Like, well, Porzingis had good years. Yao Ming, good years. Health, durability. How is that going to hold up in the NBA? I know it's a lazy kind of answer, but it's just facts. It's just facts. 7'3" is a scary ass frame, and he's thin as shit too. But he has talent. He definitely he has talent. What's going on? I'm so sinful. I hope all is well. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Kevin. I'm right there with you. Knicks front office is Brunson extended family. How can there be tampering? What? They had a conversation about Jalen playing in it and at a barbecue. Exactly, and like I mentioned, the NBA let them all be a part of the same organization and all that. So I don't know when Adam Silver looked at the organizations, I wonder if he knows, like, oh, Rick Brunson. Well, obviously, putting Rick Brunson aside, did he know Leon Rose has known Jalen Brunson since a baby? Tom Thibodeau, Worldwide West. I wonder if Adam Silver knew all that. But maybe he's just figuring it out now after the Jalen Brunson thing. I'm not sure. Sekou and boy, you want all the see. I would be okay with that if it was still what was it 2018. I remember, was it 2018? Yeah, it was 2018. Remember, we're signing these guys trying to resurge their career, get their careers back together, like Mario Hazonia, Noah Vonleh, that type of thing. Emmanuel Mudiay. Gosh, that was so weird. That team was what we won 17 games that season. Noah Vonleh, I'm gonna take it to my grave. Noah Vonleh wasn't that bad for us, in my opinion. I wouldn't be that mad at that to a minimum. All right, so it's getting a little sidetracked, but I like it answering your guys' questions or just reading you guys' thoughts in the chat. Yeah, like I mentioned, Rick Brunson's been a part of Tom Thibodeau's coaching staff. Let's see. He wanted a familiar face. He can't say that. When the Knicks first hired Tom Thibodeau, the front office brought in 3 prominent assistants to help lead the staff. Yup, blah, blah, blah. Yup. Damn, I miss Woodson, though. And I miss Kenny Payne. The whole league knew the Knicks were about to pursue Jalen Brunson. I feel like there was, like, a lot of people knew that, especially during the playoffs. Then there were suspicions the league will search for proof of why the hire happened and what the organization motives were. The thing that sucks is that if I feel like the Knicks were talking to him even before, like way before the free agency process, even during the playoffs or even a little before that. And I believe there's other teams that do this. And it's just like, what the hell? Just let it go. But then at the same time, it's like it's the rules. But do they follow? Like, does the NBA follow these rules consistently? Like, I feel like certain franchises or certain superstars, if they were recruiting a player, I feel like they would get away with this in a different type of way. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys know what I mean. The NBA could collect email or text between necessary parties. Yeah, like I mentioned, if they found like I don't know what would be like considered bad though in this situation. Yeah, I'm starting to convince myself this is even like it's a little fishy, but like it's family. What is Rick Brunson's salary? Yeah, like imagine they had something like we'll pay you extra if you bring your son here. The Knicks hired Rick away from a high school coaching job in New Jersey. He resigned from his assistant gig. Yeah, we pretty much know what's going on here. We got into the tweet. It's on Athletic. They posted on NY Post on the 1st. It's now the 3rd. Freaking Draymond's podcast is everywhere. Don't give me copyright. But yeah, the NBA is looking into it. They're gonna have a meeting with the Knicks, and we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully, it's just a second rounder. Hopefully, it's just money. We're gonna see what happens. Behind the scenes, Dan Studio just wants all the. He wants to research everyone's career. I hope we keep Obi as well, Joseph. What's going on, Adrian? How you doing, man? Adrian whipped my ass in 2K last night. Jalen Brunson is an American. Yo, Chris Vertical's the best troll. All right, so I'm gonna answer your guys' questions, but I'm excited for the very end of the show. We've been live for like 30 minutes, okay? So we're gonna be doing a Q&A. I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions. It could be Knicks, it could be broad NBA. We're probably gonna try to keep it with the Knicks, but I'm gonna answer your guys' questions, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I really appreciate the support. You guys are amazing. What can I say? You guys are truly amazing. And I'm just gonna say this. I also wanted to give you guys a little update. I'm not, because at the end of the day, it is just my personal life. I don't want to like put my whole personal life out there. Certain things, like I try to share as much with you guys as possible, but there's certain things like you shouldn't say on YouTube. It's not like inappropriate, but it's just like my life, what's going on in my life. I will be able to make videos consistently for the New York Knicks during the season. That is the plan. Like I've had to change the plans of what's going on in my life. I'm not gonna say what, but I still will be able to consistently make New York Knicks content for you guys. So there you go. I want cheap young talent. Shabazz Muhammad. Wow, that's a name. Dennis Smith Jr. I'm good. I am good on Dennis Smith Jr. But just to be a part, like bring him in for like see what he could do in the preseason. Would I be mad? No. I don't know if you guys seen that workout. Dennis Smith Jr.'s shot still has that huge hitch in it. Still. And we got 30 people in the chat. Let's see if we can get 30 likes. Let's get 30 likes, y'all. I want cheap young. Kai Soto. Yeah, he went. I don't know if you. I'm not trying to say I told you so. I wasn't that high on Kai Soto. He had some talent, but I was like, he doesn't move that well. There's something there, but I didn't really think he was really anything special. What are you talking about, Reggie? Because I don't think Spider wants out. I I think Spider's just treating it in a professional way. Maybe he low key wants out. Maybe he's just being mature about the situation. Who knows? He will be gone at some point. I don't know when though, because he's a few more years left. It's all good. DSJ will play some defense and get a nice dunk for us, and we'll win a franchise high 4 games. I know a lot of people made videos on Kai Soto though. Mad people were getting views on Kai Soto videos. I was like, why not? I'm gonna upload a video. No, I'm joking. I wanted to talk about him anyway. But yo, what are you talking about, Reggie? I hope all is well, by the way. I appreciate you tuning in. Stan got a small bag with LA. Isaac Bonga, though, I'm good, yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Kai's on the national team. Too slow. Yeah, I don't think RJ was playing for the. I didn't even follow that, like the national teams. I don't think RJ ended up playing. Or I don't even know if it's still going on. I know that team was pretty stacked, though, with like Wiggins, Dort, and all that, so. See what goes on to happen. But I'm excited to do this tier list with you guys. If you got, we're doing a Q&A. If you guys didn't know, drop some questions in chat. Drop some questions in the chat. It could be what's going on with the New York Knicks now, the past, whatever y'all like. Whatever y'all like. Christoph What about Porzingis? What about Porzingis? I actually think he's gonna have a pretty solid year in Washington if he stays healthy. So we'll see what happens. That the Wizards are in such a weird spot though. I feel like they're gonna regret that Bradley Beal contract in a few years. I feel like they're gonna regret that. We're not even a few years. I think they're gonna regret it in a couple years. They're gonna be like, we should have just blew it up. I wanted the Knicks to draft Tari Eason, who would play the four in the second unit when we send you. He was really impressive in the summer league. I know it's just summer league, but yeah, that was the Rockets had a good draft. Well, Jabari Smith still needs to prove a lot. I know Jabari Smith got tons of hate in the summer league though because he's not like Paulo and Chet in the like in a way that he creates his own offense. He has to rely upon other personnel to set him up, and they don't really have that true point guard. And some people are like, you pick like a 3-and-D, like Mikal Bridges with the third overall pick, but his impact defensively is huge. I feel like the shot will be fine. I like him. I still do like Jabari Smith. But yeah, Şengün that could feed him the ball possibly. So was Bronson an overpay in the Usman Jang trade? Do you think we're gonna regret going all out for JB? It's a good question, man. So I think Jalen Brunson's a huge upgrade when it comes to the point guard position we've had for a while. It's just been new point guard after new point guard. Frank Ntilikina, Trey Burke, Dan Smith Jr. We've had Raymond Felton, Moutier. Felton obviously was way better than those guys, but we had Jason Kidd. We had all these point guards, and I think Brunson brings us some stability in that when it comes to that position. I know it may be a little steep, maybe for the price, but I feel like the markets are just crazy at this point. Like Dort, well, the way his contract's set up, I think he's getting less than it. But some people were shocked when like Dort got 80 million, I believe it was, or something like that. And the Knicks, they may not be paying him based off of how much of an upgrade he'll be at that position moving forward, but also based off of like there's probably something more there because he's 25 years of age, and there's some bias within the organization when it comes to his upside, maybe because the organization knows him personally, the way he works, the way he is mentally, and maybe his father. I think his father is someone that's not really being talked about enough when it comes to the coaching staff. Like the coaching staff, besides his father, Rick Brunson, like Tom Thibodeau, Dice Yashimoto, Greer, they may know Jalen Brunson's play style, but he knows his son mentally. And I think that's huge. I think mental toughness is one of the most underrated parts of basketball. Maybe it was a little too much of money. You can say that, but at the end of the day, he's a huge upgrade. He helps our basketball team. Um, right now, is he worth a max extension? No. But will the Knicks possibly have to give him one? Yes. Because I feel like it's a mixture of maybe he's not worth it right now, but do you think he'll be worth it in the future? So yeah, because I feel like you're paying him based off of what he can be in a way. Because I thought the Kings were pretty wild when De'Aaron Fox got that contract. So I feel like you have to pay him based off of what he can be. If we trade for Donovan Mitchell, RJ's getting that max extension, in my opinion, right away. I'm not saying we will trade for Mitchell. I don't even know when that's going to happen. Paulo Banchero did look good. He just looked like a man amongst boys. He just looked like he belonged. I think he's winning Rookie of the Year. Him or Keegan Murray. I think Paulo's going to have the biggest opportunity, though. I feel like JB's not. Well, JB played with different type of personnel in Dallas. Um, they had more of like taller, stretch the floor guys, like a Kleba, like a Finney Smith, like a Davis Bertans. He played in a totally different system. I'm interested to see what he does under the Tom Thibodeau system, and I want to see if Tibbs actually like the big thing with Tibbs. Can he adjust to his personnel? He runs some of the same plays like that. I forgot the one play I looked up. It was like called 21 pistol or something where there's always that dribble handoff and someone cutting. Like, is he willing to make adjustments? Like, this is brand new personnel. Or Brunson's is a different type of personnel when it comes to the point guard position. You can't run strictly the same offense. Um, I agree. He has elevated his game every year. This year, though, it's a huge year for RJ. I feel like the most pressure is going to be on him this year. Like, this year, like we talked about the flashes these past 3 years, past 3 seasons. Fourth year, the flashes go out the window. It's like put up or shut up. It's a put up or shut up year. By consistency, you're the third overall pick. He's got to step up. I appreciate that, Kareem. How many likes we got? Yo, we have 37 people watching. We got 22 likes. Can we get 30 likes? I appreciate being here, Kareem. Kareem supports like the entire Knicks community. Make sure you show love to Kareem. What's going on, Keith? RJ's gonna have to go off. He's definitely gonna have to go off. Yo, Buzzer Beater, thank you so much for the super chat, man. That means the world. I really, really do appreciate it. He says, hit that, smash the like button. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. When's your merch coming out? So, I actually designed merch on Teespring, right? So, I don't have PayPal, though. So, I'm going to have to, like, set up a PayPal. But for some reason, I've had some, like, issues connecting, like, the PayPal to the account. Like, you can't just connect your debit card or credit card, which I think is weird, but Teespring is something I'm trying to focus on to release, because I was going to release like hoodies, release shirts, stuff like that, because I know everyone lives in different types of climates, so I was going to release like short sleeve shirts or hoodies. And Teespring, like, it's just like you could just go on the website. I don't have to worry about shipping it to my house and then shipping it to you guys. You could just order it from the website like it's any other website. But I'm gonna have to figure it out because I've never done like the store stuff like that before. But I'm gonna try to. I'm working on it. I'll say that. I'll give you guys an update on the community tab. But I had like a Broadway Barrett design of a hoodie. I may upload on my community tab. I don't think anyone's ever done Broadway Barrett hoodies or anything like that. I don't want to copy anyone's idea, so I'm gonna have to like double check with and then I'll put like the Clutch B-Ball logo on the back. I'm pretty much probably taking a gap year this year. I'm working this year. A flexible. I have a full-time job, but I'm gonna be getting off in time to make Knicks YouTube videos. So I'm gonna be working and then doing this as well, and then possibly going to college next year and see how I feel about it. If I enjoy my job, then we'll see how it is, and I don't know. See what happens. Because I feel like when I was originally planning on going to college, I kind of like rushed into it too much. I was like, is this really what I want right now? So going to college is a tough decision though. Once you get out of high school, it's tough. I like it up. I see less than 5 games blowing leads. Yeah. What was it? What year was it? Well, I think it was every year before we got Tom Thibodeau. Well, we blew some. We fell apart in the third quarter last year, I believe, as well last year. But before Tom Thibodeau took over, I swear we would have these good first halves and then freaking fall apart in the third quarter. If he was under Jeff Hornacek, well, Fizdale, we just sucked under him. But it happened under Mike Miller. Just the third quarters were just disgusting to watch, honestly. Yo, yeah, smash that like button if you can. Got 23 likes, but we got only 23 likes, but 41 people are watching. But I decided let's get into the tier list. So I thought the tier list would be kind of fun to do. Ranking the New York Knicks players. See if I can find it. Make sure it's all set up. So we're gonna be doing. All right. So do you want to start off? I don't think Quickly or Obi's in this one, but I think it's a little too early anyway. Ranking Knicks of the last 5 years. It's not like every single one of them. It's not notable names. Or would you rather do Knicks 2022-23 roster speculated so far, and we ranked the players on a tier list. Yeah, I feel like you could always have that opportunity to go to college. Depends what kind of college, though, obviously. Who do you see as a closer? Closing lineup? So I would want RJ to be our closer. Oh, I don't even know who. I really like Quickly down the stretch. I'm interested to see if they'll ever have like a Brunson Quickly lineup down the stretch. Who are you guys the most confident with closing games? Like we hate on Fournier defensively, but Fournier was pretty good in those like big moments, like the Celtics games and the Nets game. He hit a big shot before. I know he lost, but I feel like he's always stepping up kind of with big 3-point shots. So Fournier, I think, is actually a sleeper closer. But to create your, for like creating his own shot, like Thibodeau's so in love with Randall. I don't want to say that, but I want it to be RJ. I think so. I hope so, Kareem. I hope so. Except he moves a lot better. We know Steve Novak, he was slow as shit. Novak was really, really slow. I love Novak though. Alright, so this be kind of fun. So do you guys want to rank the Knicks current roster? Or you want to take a little blast from the past a little bit? Which one do you guys want to do first on the tier list? Which one? Which one? Which one? You know, I think I could put a poll in the chat. I think that's a thing, right? I've never done the poll thing before. I'm gonna put in the chat. Okay, let's see. Let me set this up for you guys. See if I can create a poll. Oh, here we go. Go. Which tier list you want to do first? All right. What was the name of the first one? I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. All right. All right. Which tier list you want to do first? Knicks the last 5 years, current roster. All right, here we go. There we go. I put it in the chat. Which tier list you want to do first? Knicks the last 5 years of the current roster. We're gonna be doing a tier list. Angel wants the blast from the past. Yo, what's going on, Luca? How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Definitely want to collab with you more when it comes to this upcoming Knicks season. I'm gonna try to collab with people more. Hope all is well. Just saying, Fournier would be great off the bench as a role player. I agree. If Fournier didn't have that contract and he came off the bench, I feel like he'd be looked at a lot differently. I'm trying to think. When should we end the poll? So far, it's 57% Knicks of the last 5 years, 43% current roster. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Frank Sound. Yeah, Luca's awesome. Make sure you sub up Big Blue in the Bronx. And follow Boys in the Apple Podcast on Twitter. And Big Blue in the Bronx on Twitter. Yeah, I should collab more. I should for sure. Let's see, we got 10 votes so far. Make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Current roster, it's 55 against 45 right now. It's 55 against 45. We're gonna end it in. Should I set a timer? I'll set it for 1 more minute. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Got 41 people in the chat, but we got 11 votes. Come on, let's get those votes in, y'all. But how you doing, TMGF? Make sure you sub up TMGF as well. He makes shorts over there. He makes some videos. He's a Knicks fan. He's a Giants fan. So make sure you show him some love. Alright, so I know some people want Reddish to start. Like, so I had this conversation with my man Trippy. I went on his podcast, OG Trippy, and he wants Reddish to start. I just don't know if Tibbs has the belief in Reddish, and I feel like you have to prove yourself more in Tibbs' system in order to start. Even though it makes sense with the size and everything, I just don't think it's personally happening. Would you guys start Reddish? Or would you rather just have like Grimes and then RJ? Yo, shout out to Brazil. We got Brazil in the chat. Alright, so current roster wins. End the poll. The current roster wins. Only 12 votes, though. We need more votes. 58% current roster. Knicks the last 5 years. Alright. So let's get on this. Pull it up for y'all. And shout out to whoever did go on to make this poll. Speculated, so I believe they got everyone on here. Let me edit it. So S A B C D. I think I should put it like. Alright, so let me share my screen with y'all. They still. Wait, do they have. Do they have everyone? Let me see. I think they have everyone, but they still have freaking Ryan Arcidiacono and Sims. Or not Sims, Taj. I think we should just pretend they're not there. I'm trying to think. Do they have everyone else here? I guess we're going to look at this together. We're going to look at it together. Alright. So, here it is. When I take a look at this, take this shit off my screen. Alright. There we go. Does everything look good? Okay, I'm a little rusty when it comes to this OBS shit. Let me make my screen a little. Adjust this real quick. Let's see. Should be good. Scroll down. Alright, this should be good. I think we're good. Okay, we're all Gucci. I believe they have everyone here. They just still have Ryan here, and they still have Taj here that went to Washington. So how should we break this up? Should we make S tier, like franchise player, A all-star? Like, how should we set this up? I think he'll play like an all-star. I don't know if he'll be labeled one, though. But I hope he's an all-star. Alright, how should we set? Let me see. Are they miss? I don't think they're missing anyone. They just have extra guys. Let's see. Oh, Derrick Rose is there. Randall's there. Hartenstein's not there. I don't think Hartenstein's there. We're going to say Taj is Hartenstein. Or should we just do the last 5 years one? Reddish as a small forward. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I feel like Tibbs just wants guys that prove themselves more. Alright, so we're going to say Taj is like freaking Hardenstein or something. So what should S be? Franchise player? Is that what S should be? We should just say like Taj is Hardenstein or something. We'll just pretend Taj is Hardenstein. Unless you guys want to do the blast from the past one. Would you guys rather just rock with this one or do the blast from the past? Later in the season could happen. Hope not. Yeah, I hope there's not injuries as well. Hope they all stay healthy, or a majority of our players stay healthy. Because I feel like injuries always happen. I feel like the other one will be more fun. Do this one? Alright. So, maybe we should put... I don't think we should put like franchise player. Alright, so S, we're going to make it our own way. Because we don't have any all-stars on this team. It's so hard to rank this team. Alright, I'm going to say D. D's like you're trash. D's like you're terrible. Alright. C is like, yeah, you're alright. B's you're solid. A's you're good. S is like you're really good. I don't think we have an S yet. I really don't. That's just me. I think there's still some proving to do. Alright, so we're going to say B's good. Yo, what's going on, the new Knicks? I hope all's well. I'm going to put Jalen Brunson. He's good. Alright, S is like max player. Are you guys okay with this? Like, Brunson's good. So, D's like you're bad. C's eh. B's good. A's like you're great. And S is like you're max. We don't have any S's. And this is based off of what we've seen. Thank you, the new Knicks. I really appreciate that, man. I hope all is well. Do you guys agree with this? Brunson would be. B's good. Or maybe C should be like solid. Alright, so we'll do D, trash. C's like solid. Say good. Great. Alright, fantastic. We don't have any fantastic, though. I feel like we don't have that. Alright, so... Alright, Derrick Rose. Solid. Are we okay with that? Are we okay with that? What are your guys' thoughts on that? I'm a huge D Rose fan. Maybe. So should we make this really good? Do we have like... Yeah. You guys agree with that? Or I could do that as well. I could put a poll for like every player. I could do that. That's actually a good idea. So let's do it for this next one. Jericho Sims. Why did I mean to do that? Hold up, let me stop sharing my... See, I still need to get used to this little OBS shit. Alright, let me... Hold up, y'all. Let me just put this poll up. Keep on forgetting I have to change windows and all that. Like, OBS is crazy. Like in between... Alright, so we'll do... We know Sims ain't an A. B, C, D. Alright. Let me go back now. B, C, or D for Jericho Sims? All right. 50% is B, 33% C, 17% D. Some people think he's trash. Like in between B and C, B. You use the poll. If you didn't know, there's a poll in there. I put a poll in the chat. 50% C. I'm gonna say C. I'm gonna say C. I agree with you guys. I don't, cause this is the problem. He hasn't proven himself enough for me to say he's good. When he's played, he's looked solid. He could box out. He's a lob threat. It's not that I don't think he'll be good. I need more of a sample size. You know, I need more of a sample size to say he'll be good. You know, 56% C. He's not trash though. He's not, but we'll see what goes on to happen. All right, so this one, I feel like we're gonna have some mixed emotions when it comes to this one. I'm not saying me. I'm saying the chat. So Jericho Sims is up next. I wish I could just put the poll on my phone. So Jericho Sims is up next. Or not Jericho, Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin. I'm kind of scared. Alright. We're not even going to bother to use the A. Because I personally don't think we have any great players right now. Alright. Time for the poll. Because this is based off what they've done so far. Or should we do potential or what they've done so far? Because potential's like most overrated words. Everyone has it. We're gonna do it right now. He's not an A. All right, Obi Toppin up next. Did I upload the poll? OBC Jericho C. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Hey, no, how's it going? I don't think we're getting Spider. I don't know what's going on with that situation right now. I do think we have leverage, but I honestly think he might play another season in Utah. That's just me, though. All right, it's 50-50 between B and C right now. No D, which is good. No hate. Come on. Come on. We need more polls. Or we need more people voting. We have 38 people in here, but there's only 8 votes. See, this is the thing though that's so weird with this list. If I put Obi and good, it would be kind of weird because Brunson's proven more, and you could say he's like consistently been good. There would just be an inconsistency with the list if I do that. My opinion. So based off of what he has been, Obi solid. He can be good though. He can be. All right, we're not Ryan though. Um, we have so many solid players. You guys realize that? We just have so many solid players. We have so many solid players. We have so many solid players when you think about it. Yeah, it is for fun anyway. 69%. All right, we're going to go off what you guys say, though. I put you guys first. So, just 69%. I agree. He's a C for now, but the the poll, the poll B. We're going off the poll. Going off the poll. All right, next up. Who was it? Let me see. We're not doing Ryan Archie and Hacken. No. I think actually we could just do this one together. Let's just do it together in the chat. Keep on hitting that black screen. All right, so I think we could all. We just have so. All right, we could do this fast. Fournier. I think Fournier's good. Where's he solid? See, it's so weird. All right, what's Fournier? Trade Rose Randall. 73% said. All right, so Trevor Keel. All right, Trevor Keels. I think we could agree with this based off what we saw in the summer league. Trash. No, I'm joking. He can still prove himself, but he looked bad. He's kind of like no rating though. He's kind of no rating. I agree. Obi is a C for now until he's just in a weird spot right now. Evans B. We'll say he's like in the middle. We'll say he's like in the middle. Or he's in the middle. So we'll put him like C. Yeah, he's like in that area. Buzzer beater does not like Fournier. He is inconsistent, but he's a good shooter. Quentin Grimes. See, so much of this they have all these guys have so much to prove that it's so hard. No, you're right. Kills is trash. Ugh. I think we should do the blast from the past because we know what those guys are. We know what those guys are. We're gonna do the blast from the past a little. Or the last 5 years. All right, let's see who's on this list. All right, Knicks legend. Great for his time in New York. Solid. Didn't help or hurt. Ultimately didn't do well in New York. Wish he never came to them. Oh my gosh, we have some. This is for the true Knicks fans here. All right, so I don't think there's. Is RJ here? RJ's here. I don't think there's like quick Roby though. Whew. All right. First off, Aaron Aflalo. Aaron Aflalo. This is for the real loyal Knicks fans right here. Aaron Aflalo. Where are we putting Aaron Aflalo? This is for the loyal Knicks fans. Where are we putting Aaron Aflalo at? All right, so I'm not gonna say wish he never came. Pause to the Mecca basketball. Ultimately didn't do well. I'm gonna say he didn't help. Didn't hurt. Yo, we got Tom Thibodeau in the chat. Charlie Brown's in the. You see Charlie Brown, Charlie Kerr. I see the profile picture. Got a little picture of Tom Thibodeau in there. All right, so we're gonna play Aaron to follow there. Kadeem Allen, guys, do you guys remember Kadeem Allen? I'm not even lying. I think we had a game. Frank was healthy. Still started Kadeem Allen over Frank. There wasn't high expectations. He was on Westchester. Do you guys remember this? Oh, I don't know if you guys do. You guys remember him? His last year he played. Was it 2018? I think it was last year. Trier was with us. So 2019? He didn't do well. Wait, who was this again? This isn't Cole. Is this Lou Amundsen? I think this is Lou Amundsen. He got a haircut. Wish he never came. Lou Amundsen was trash, bro. Lou Amundsen was trash. He was terrible. Oh my gosh. I do not care. Lou Amundsen was dumpster juice, bro. All right, Ron Baker, the shot maker, the guy that got murdered by Anthony Davis. I don't know if you guys. By the way, we stopped doing the other one because it's boring. There's a bunch of like maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. Like we know who these guys are already. Yeah, Charlie, Ron Baker. I don't want to say he wasn't great. He had like some cool moments. All right, as a joke, he's a Knicks legend. If you don't know about Ron Burgundy, if you don't know, come on. But he didn't do well though. R.J. Barrett. It's an incomplete grade if we're being real. But we hope he's great for his time in New York. We hope he becomes a Knicks legend, though. All right, Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley. We could joke and say he's a Knicks legend. We could say that. Are we being serious or are we joking here? Jeremy Lin hasn't been in the NBA. All right, we're gonna be joking. Then we gotta put Ron Baker there then. Ignas Brazdeikis didn't do well. And this thing with Baker was undrafted, so you could say he was pretty solid for. Because we have to kind of put these into context. For someone that was undrafted, he got some PT, played tough defense sometimes. Reggie Bullock. Let's give respect to Reggie Bullock. For his time in New York, he didn't put up crazy numbers, but he helped us get to the playoffs. You got to give respect to Reggie Bullock. So he was great for his time in New York, all right? Again, maybe he couldn't beat guys off the bounce, didn't show up in the playoffs. But for his time in New York, helping us get to the playoffs, second half of the season, he shot the ball well, he defended well. Got to give respect to Reggie. But if I'm in all seriousness, Michael Beasley, he was solid. He had nice moments. He didn't help. He didn't hurt. But I wonder if this is a joke list because there's no great players on this list, and they have like Knicks legend. Because I can't put him in solid though, Bullet, because it's not like he didn't help. He did help. So for his time in New York, he was actually great, according to this list. Trey Burke. He had nice ass games, but we didn't win shit when he was here. And that's not really his fault though. That's not really his fault though. We're just dumpster. But he's not that good also. For how bad our team was, he was pretty solid. He didn't help, he didn't hurt. Jose Calderon, same thing. Damian Dotson, didn't help, didn't hurt. Clee Anthony Early, he didn't do well. I'm not gonna say wish he never came here. He got shot. A lot of shit went down. Henry Ellenson didn't do well. Wayne Ell. Oh my! I wish he never. Wayne Ellington. I couldn't stand watching Wayne Ellington play. I couldn't stand watching Wayne Ellington play with us, bro. I could. He was bad. Wayne Ellington was bad with us. This man was like dribbling the ball when he shouldn't have been dribbling the ball. He should have been just coming off of screens. He was bad with us. Derek Fisher, wish he never came. Fizdale, wish he never came. Not gonna say he did great in New York, but he didn't. See, I hate this category in a way. Didn't help, didn't hurt. So does that mean they were like they did their thing, but it didn't impact winning? It didn't hurt our team, like because Galloway was like Galloway gave us a bright spot in that 17 win season. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know who is this. Oh, he played for Westchester. I forgot who this is. It's something Jeff. I forget. Jaron Grant. I'll never forget. We traded Tim Hardaway Jr. to acquire this dude on draft night. Galloway was pretty solid actually. Shot the three ball pretty well. Jaron Grant though didn't do well. Tim Hardaway Jr. See, Tim Hardaway Jr. I feel like one of the most polarizing players to put on a Knicks jersey. Because this man would be on fire and look like one of the best shooting guards, and then he would look like trash other nights. I'm going to put this up to the chat. Tim Hardaway Jr., where are you guys putting him at? Where are you guys putting Tim Hardaway Jr. at? Yeah, Grant sucked. If you haven't already, smash the like button. I appreciate you guys being here. Tim was solid. See, but like, this... Trash. Damn, double trash. Tim was solid. This is the thing, though, with the solid list. Didn't help, didn't hurt. Tim Hardaway Jr. has to be at the front of this, though. Because Tim Hardaway Jr. is better than Afwalo, better than Ron Baker, better than Beasley. He's better than all these guys, though. So he would definitely have to be at the front. He did help in a way, though. You could say before Porzingis got hurt, or before he was the one that got hurt before Porzingis. Like, we were thriving in that. Was it year 3 Porzingis when Porzingis looked like an MVP at the beginning of the season? Like, he was actually cooking. What's going on, Andrew? I hope all is well, man. I hope all is well. We'll put... I can't put him with these guys. He's still a quality player in the NBA. Mo Harkless. He had, like, moments. He was overpaid, though. I agree with that. But I just can't put him on the level of Ignas, Kadeem, Henry Ellenson, Clean Anthony. I can't put him on that level, though. What's going on, Carl? So we're going to stick him at the front. Willie Hernan Gomez. I liked him his rookie year. But I have to put him. We have so many of these guys. Mario Hazonia, he didn't do well. Isaiah Hicks, he was trash. Oh my gosh, he was bad. I might just change this to solid. You know what? I'm just changing this to solid. Alright, so might do a little maneuvering. And we'll put this to good. Wish he never came. Ultimately didn't do well. So we're gonna maneuver some things here. Wish he never came. I agree with this. Alright, so Dotson, he didn't do well. But to put into context, he was a second round pick. I think we could still stick him in solid. He was a alright solid 3-and-D player. Lynn was. I wonder if Lynn's here. Aaron Afalo, he didn't do well. I wouldn't even say he was solid actually. Ron Baker. Was Ron Baker really solid? He played hard, but he wasn't. But for an undrafted guy, he was solid when he played. Michael Beasley had some solid moments. Calderon wasn't eye popping, but he was alright. Trey Burke had some games. Galloway was solid. I want to say Harkless really did good. What about Willie, guys? Where you guys putting Willie Hernangomez at? Where you guys putting Willie at? I liked Willie, but he hasn't really done anything since. So. I think Willie was pretty solid. Dotson, maybe. Could I really put Burke there? All right. Justin Holiday, he was solid. I think we could agree on that. Willie was solid. Okay. We'll keep Willie there. I kind of liked Willie. Maybe, should we move Burke down? Let me know in the chat what maneuvering we should do. That's Bo Cruz's brother, actually. Alright, so let's see. Alright, if I'm being real, Ron Baker, cool story and all, wasn't good. Tamardaway Jr., despite the contract, he's still a decent player. He was inconsistent. Galloway was solid. I would say Calderon was pretty solid. Alright, I think that's fine. Alright. Jarrett Jack, solid. Alright, move down Calderon. Alright. Alright, we're all good now. I think we'd agree with that. Jarrett Jack was actually pretty solid here. I actually liked what Jarrett Jack did. Jeff Hornacek. See, I didn't hate Hornacek like Derek Fisher. He wasn't a good coach, but I don't think he was as bad as Derek Fisher and David Fizdale personally. I'm gonna put him ultimately didn't do well, which is most guys on this list. What was this guy's name? Something Jenkins didn't do well. I can't remember. See, I forget this guy's name. Brandon Jennings didn't do well. If Jared Jack is solid, then we'll figure that out then. Jimmer Fredette, who I guess it was a cool story for a little bit. DeAndre Jordan. I thought Hustle was pretty good. DeAndre Jordan. Yeah, we could move Bolick back. But if we're being real, Should RJ be in good right now? Or do you think he has to prove himself more? Oh, let's see. Jordan was solid. Okay, we'll leave RJ. We'll leave him there. DeAndre solid. Because I didn't make these categories. This is off a website. Alright, I'm not going to overthink. Should we adjust the categories? Didn't do well. I'll keep solid. Good for time in New York. Should we just delete? I think we should just delete this one. We'll just delete that one. Trying to think. If Galloway's in solid, DeAndre should be in solid. I'm not saying. All right. And it's Cantor. What about Ennis Cantor? I'm going purely off the chat now. Go ahead, guys. Ennis Cantor. Where are we ranking him? Solid. All right, we got one solid for Cantor. You could say Cantor overachieved in New York. You could say that. What ranking though, Reggie? So A-Dub says good for time in New York. Manny says solid. What are you saying though, Reggie? No, we didn't. I would have remembered if he put up 40 and 20 on Embiid. Did he? Hell no, he didn't. I think Cantor solid is good. Kevin Knox. Oh my gosh. He just didn't work out. Well, we shouldn't even stick on that. Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett, undrafted Walmart Porzingis, I call him. I believe he was undrafted. That sounds he was a great rebounder though, he was. And we got the bots. They did go at it, but 40, I don't even think he's put up 40 before. All right, Cornette. Yeah, I blocked him. Oh, and he came back. Oh no, I blocked him. Didn't do well. Kuzminskis. We all know he was the original Kuz before Kuzma, though. We know that. And let me pull up the chat on my laptop now. My phone's starting to die. It's dying on me. Okay, let me end this poll. Alright, so Yeah, Cornette didn't do much. He had some nice moments, but it's like, Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee. I remember old Courtney. Whose was that? What was his nickname? Cheese, because he smiled a lot. I would say Courtney Lee was pretty solid. I know a lot of us didn't like the contract. Looking back in today's NBA, that contract would have been nothing. But I agree with you. I think Courtney's solid. Robin Lopez. I thought Robin Lopez was pretty solid. I don't think anyone should disagree with me on that. Doug McDermott. I don't know about you guys, but I like Dougie McBuckets. I like Dougie McBuckets. He could shoot that thing. I don't think his numbers were eye-popping, but I think he did a pretty good job. I actually liked Robin. I loved his little hook shot. Yeah, Lopez was solid, A-Dub. I agree. I think we should do Doug solid. Alright, so now this is where buzzer beater. Even someone like alright. Alright, this is where we're gonna have to add it back. Let's change the color. Oh hell no. Alright. This is where we're gonna have to add it back. I know you don't like Melo, buzzer beater. You gotta put Melo under Knicks legend. You have to. Even if you're not the biggest Melo fan, I feel like you still have to do that. In my opinion, at least. Melo still has to be Knicks legend. Not saying you may not think of him as an NBA legend, buzzer beater. You personally, but I think as a Knicks legend, you still need to put him there. All right. I think we can agree with that. Mike Miller. I'm not going to say he ultimately didn't do well. For someone that took over that mess of a David Fizdale team, maybe didn't play the young guys, I actually thought he did all right. For the mess he took over, I thought Mike Miller, maybe he didn't play the young guys, and that upset some people when we ended up with the 8th pick. But for what he took over, I thought Mike Miller did a pretty good job. In my opinion, I personally was a fan of Mike Miller. I kind of hate the way this is phrased. Good for his time in New York because he's still in New York. I think we should respect Mike Miller. In my opinion, I like Mike. Emmanuel Mudiay, he had that cool ass Bucks game, but besides that, didn't do well. Maurice Endor, wish he never came. Joakim Noah, wish he never came. We could all agree with that. Joakim Noah. We're getting past the buzzer beater. We're getting past it. But if you didn't know, buzzer beater freaking hates Melo. He hates Melo. But for a Knick, he's a legend. I understand he had some attitude problems, I know that. I do. But we could at least say, buzzer beater, from a pure talent perspective, the way he impacted the game with his scoring. Maybe it wasn't always a certain, like, we're not going to be getting into all that, but from his talent, the way he scored the ball, he was a Knicks legend. All right. But Joakim Noah, we could agree with that. What's going on, Jay Sniper? No, this past season, I think that was our last year paying Joakim Noah. Frank Ntilikina, I know there's a lot of Frank fans, but he didn't work out. Kyle O'Quinn, he's from Queens. Gotta love that. Always had nice fundraisers and all that. See, all right, I'm looking at these names. Compared to these names, was he solid? What were your guys' thoughts on Kyle O'Quinn? So, we got a solid in the chat. Solid. I agree. I think Kyle's pretty solid. Helford Payton. I agree. His attitude was trash, but Alfred Payton. I'm just gonna let you guys answer that one for me. Made to the playoffs with him as a starting point guard. Was he the main reason? My chair squeaky. It's so funny though, despite Payton not being good, we made it to the playoffs with him starting, so we can't say he ultimately didn't. Well, he didn't actually do well. But it's just so funny because he was like on a successful team. Alright, I'll do it. I know some people are going to put him here. I'm going to say I wish he never came. I'm going to be real. I don't think he's complete trash like other people do. I know he would dribble right into the defense and get blocked. But he's solid defensively. It's so weird because he's either solid or just complete dumpster juice. I'm gonna put him solid. I'm gonna show a little respect to Alfred Payton. I'm gonna show him a little respect. Marshall Plumlee, Bobby Portis, he was solid. Porzingis. All right, I want to know. I want some unbiasedly here. I think the Porzingis hate should be gone. That should happen years ago. But this is based off the past 5 years. Porzingis, where are you guys putting him? He was good for his time. Let's be real. Let's be real. He's good for his time in New York. All right, who's next? Who's next? Kurt Rambis, holy shit, wish you never came. Chasing Randall, didn't do well. Randall. So how are we going to do this? Randall struggled his first year, was amazing his second year. He's better than solid, though. He's still good. I don't care. He's still good for his time in New York. Attitude problems, yes. Hopefully that changes. He has the right head on his shoulders. He wasn't good this past year, but at one point, it never says when they were good for their time in New York. At one point, he was good for his time in New York. Not saying he's been lately, but at one point he was. No arguments. Moving forward. Mitchell Robinson. Where you guys putting Mitch? Porzingis was technically an all-star, yep. We're 1 like away from 40 likes. Let's see if we can get there. I think it's been pretty good for his time. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose been good for his time. Kevin Seraphin. Ramon Sessions. Oh my gosh. Isaiah Hicks. Oh wait. No, I didn't scroll down. Dennis Smith Jr. He didn't do well. Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Didn't do well. Lance Thomas. He was a good vet. He was a nice veteran. He taught some young guys. Played some defense. Wasn't the best offensively. Where you guys put Lance? By the way, I'm going to try to stream more Knicks games this season. I'm glad I streamed that Celtics game this past season, despite us not making the playoffs. Like, out of all the games, like, I didn't stream that many games, but out of all the games I've streamed, like, I like that one. Because the buzzer beater, who would have thought I would have streamed that game? And I only streamed, like, under 10 or something. I'm going to put... I'll say solid. What's going on, ECS? How you doing? Alonzo Trier. Ooh, ooh. This man hasn't been in the league. Well, he hasn't been on an NBA team since us. I believe he was on like the Minnesota Energy, whatever the Timberwolves G League team is called. Or it's like the Wolves still, I think, actually. But he was on the Timberwolves G League team last time I checked. All right. I'm not going to say he ultimately didn't do well. What's going on, Juice? I hope all is well. Trier, yes. Apparently there were some attitude problems. That's why we didn't continue to have him. He was a ball hog. But he got buckets. For an undrafted player, you could say he was good for his time in New York. Actually. But no, he was solid. He was solid. Didn't play much D. Noah Vonleh, I thought he was solid. Sasha, no. See, Derek Williams actually wasn't that bad. I thought Derek Williams wasn't that bad. Obviously, he was the second overall pick back in the day. He still didn't do that well. What was his numbers, though? I'm going to see. Let me see if I could check what his numbers were. See if I could check. He averaged 9 points, 4 rebounds, in 18 minutes. What do you guys think? A lot of people liked him coming out of Arizona, I remember. Moved Trier down. I guess technically he didn't do well. I don't know. I think he was solid. All right. Did I put him there? Where'd I put him? Where is he? I lose him? I don't even know where he's at. But anyway. Oh, yeah, I put him right here. Well, I put him in ultimately didn't do well. I thought he was alright. He was alright. He was alright. Alright, and then finally. Or no, we got Troy Williams. See, this surprised me. This surprised me. Like, I remember when Troy Williams was playing pretty well in the Summer League, and then we cut him. That kind of shocked me. Troy Williams didn't play a lot. Well, he wasn't there that long, so I can't really say he was solid. And then Kenny Wooten. What? Remember Kenny Wooten? Everyone said this dude. Like, Kenny Wooten is what Jericho Sims is what we thought Kenny Wooten was. Because he was athletic, he was killing the G League. I don't even think he ended up playing a game for us coming out of Oregon. And I don't even remember who this is. No, this is Billy Garrett. This is Billy Garrett. He didn't do shit, yeah. That's who it is. That's Billy Garrett. Yeah, the Wooten Hive, Jesus. And there we have it. Yeah, he was killing it in Westchester. I remember that. He had so much hype. Everyone was Obi before Obi. Yeah, I'm sorry the stream wasn't completely clean. I had some moments I went to the black screen by accident. You didn't see your shit. Sometimes I went to my YouTube chat. I'm sorry this wasn't a very organized stream. Had some technical difficulty starting it up. But how long have we been live? Been live for over an hour. We're at 40 likes. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I think we could all agree Derek Fisher. We wish he never came. Where's Phil Jackson, though? Got Kurt Rambis, but you don't have Phil Jackson, though. But if you guys want, I'll answer some more questions for maybe like the next 10 minutes. Again, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Let's see the sub count. How close are we to 4K right now? Alright, let's see. I love this background, by the way. I love this picture of Madison Square Garden. I love this picture right here. And I'm trying to go back to a Madison Square Garden game or go back to a Knicks game this upcoming season or this season. Because I haven't been to a Knicks game. I haven't been to a Knicks game since 2018. I think so. That's a good question. I don't even know where Steve Mills is. Thank you, Juice. I really appreciate that, man. I really do. Are you a Knicks fan, Juice? Are you a Knicks fan? Anyway, let's see the sub count. Because I do all Knicks content on here. And then my second channel called The Hoop Addict. I upload broad NBA content on there. We're at 3,920. Okay. Yeah, MSG looks beautiful. What's going on, MH? How you doing? Let's go Knicks, baby. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. I don't know. And he had like no experience with basketball. And when I went, it wasn't like a crazy atmosphere. The Knicks weren't good. The Knicks beat the Heat though when I went. And I'll remember that game because Damian Dotson dropped 30 that game. I remember being excited about like a Frank stat line of 8 points, 8 assists. Oh my gosh. Awesome, man. Well, I make as much Knicks content as possible. I bring you guys updates when it comes to news, trades going on. And I made a video like a couple days ago talking about our bench, you know. Obviously, if we don't trade for Donovan Mitchell, that's what our bench will look like, because some of those players may not be there if we trade for Mitchell, but I actually think we have pretty good depth, and I think our bench is going to be pretty good. But I appreciate you being here, Juice. Is that a Venom profile picture? I like your profile picture, though. I do. But yeah, I'll drop the link. If like, I know most people that are subscribed to my channel, or almost everyone, subscribe to my channel. Um, let actually, I'm not. I don't know if you see anyone in the chat. Well, I'm gonna have to actually approve this message. So we have someone, Timothy Santiago. Celtics and Bucks will beat the Knicks. You suck, sack of shit. You forgot to put a capital letter for your first and last name. You have to go back to grammar school, boy. All right. See, you should just have sympathy for people like this. That all they do. I deleted his account. He made another one just to comment again. He's so obsessed with me that he wanted to talk shit about me again. He wanted my attention that bad. You should have sympathy for people like this. He didn't drop 30 against Houston, but I remember the game you're talking about, his rookie year. He played solid defense, but he was just really bad offensively. Captain and Coke. I love that name. We have a deep bench. I agree, man. I agree. I really like the Hartenstein pickup. What were your guys' thoughts on that? Especially Juice, because I know he's new to the channel. But I know mostly... Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. I know everyone pretty much subscribes to Knicks fan here. But if you're interested in broad NBA content as well, I have a second channel that I talk broad NBA. We're like 4 subs away from 50 subs. I don't have a lot of subscribers on that channel. Let's see if I could share this channel. Well, let's see. I'm trying to grow this channel. He's so addicted. Like, damn, he thinks I'm so beautiful. He wants my attention so bad. I believe this is the link right here. Yep, that's the link to my second channel. For my broad NBA channel. If you don't want to subscribe, I completely understand. You're all good with the Knicks content. I appreciate you. But only subscribe if you're interested. I'm not making people subscribe. If you enjoy the NBA in general, there you go. But let's see what Timothy said again. Knicks are a young team. Celtics and Bucks are better than you. Low-life's sack of shit. And he spelled sack like S-A-C. Same to Sacramento Kings, boy. Timothy Santiago. What is that profile picture too? I appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be live for another like 10 minutes. I'll answer some questions. But I like the Captain and Coke. I like that username. I don't drink Captain and Coke because I'm only 18, but I think we're going to have a high energized bench, man. I think we are. Thank you, Captain and Coke. I really appreciate that. Reggie, have a great night. Time to sleep, 6 a.m. night. Well, hope you have a great day at work or whatever you're doing tomorrow. I appreciate you tuning in. Clutch Road to 4K gonna happen soon. I appreciate that, TMGF. Sometimes I think, though, like on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't make it easy to hit your milestones. Like, they start taking away subs sometimes. So I'm like, I wonder what my ceiling will be, the most subscribers I'll get. I had a sponsor before for like sports cases, but it's so hard to find good sponsors because I'm not trying to talk about someone's product for like the first 2-3 minutes of my video, you know? If I find the right sponsor, then I'll do it. But I'm looking into sponsors. Believe that. Especially if we're not good in the first half of the season, I could definitely see Rose being traded. Yo, what's going on, Tricky Nicky? I hope you're doing well. Hope all's well, bro. We're 3 likes away from 50 likes. Let's see if we can get there. Thank you. I appreciate that. How you doing, B. Willis? Thank you, Lewis. I really appreciate that. I hope all you guys are doing well. Have any of you guys gone to a Knicks game this past season? Because I'm trying to reach out to people on Twitter to see, like, what Knicks games people are going to. Because I live far from New York. I'm pretty far. I'm nearly, like, 2 hours. I'm not close at all. But I want to try to, like, meet up with people or something to go to a Knicks game. Because I haven't been to one in a while. Haven't gone to an NBA game in a while. Well, obviously because the virus, and it's hard to get to New York. Been to New York like a few times. Yup, I did see that. I saw you post about that. You got Obi. Obi signed sneakers for you, I believe. Oh wait, was that the overtime game we lost? Lewis or Louise? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Is that the game Giddy went off at MSG? Of course I remember you, Pranav. You commented on my tweet the other day. I follow you, man. I follow you. Yeah, man, that game pissed me off, bro. That game really pissed me off. I think Randall played like shit in that game too, if I remember. Try not to remember that. I think they beat us like twice last year or last season. I'm glad everything's well, B. Willis. If you hit the first Knicks home game, yeah, I don't know if that's happening. I don't, because I'm gonna have some stuff going on with work. I'm gonna have to find a way to get there. But I feel like we always beat Dallas, or is it just me? Especially since the Porzingis trade, like we were owning them. We owned them last year. We beat them by like a million points. I think the last time we lost to them, the last time we lost to the Mavericks was really on my birthday. But then we win like every other night. They're like, "Yep, F you, Noah," and that was the year we went to the playoffs. I believe at least. But that game's gonna be crazy tricky, Nicky. Where's RJ cash out James? Noah, how do you feel about a Brunson, Grimes, Cam, Obi, Mitch? Well, RJ's starting, so um, Tricky Nicky's talking about that's our home. Is that our home opener? Wait, if you hit the first the Knicks first home. I'm gonna have to look at the schedule. I didn't even know the schedule was out already. The Knicks first home games against Dallas. That's huge. Yeah, and Luca plays like shit against us. I don't know why. Or he doesn't always play like shit, but it's just like kind of getting his head in a way. I I actually want that cash out, James. I want that lineup. What's going on, Ratchet Radio? Yeah, we do got their number. I didn't know the schedule was out. Apparently it is. Or maybe he's just saying that's the game I would want to go to. A home game against Dallas. Um, I'm bugging. I'm at. Yo, that game though when Porzingis came back to MSG, that game was wild. You guys remember Marcus Morris hitting that clutch shot? That was fun. That was fun to watch. But yeah, I'm trying to grow this channel as much as possible. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna be having a flexible schedule. I believe also though that I'm gonna be still making videos, and I'm gonna try to like I'm probably gonna get a new microphone. I'm possibly going to be getting a webcam, so the content should be even better, especially that I've figured out OBS now. Like, if you looked at my live streams at the very beginning compared to now, it's freaking light and day, even though I'm still not the greatest. But, I'm going to be taking it more serious. So, if you know anyone that's Knicks fans, if you know any family, any friends, send this channel to them. Because I'm trying to grow this channel as much as possible. So if you know anyone that's a Knicks fan, doesn't watch YouTube, but they want some updates, they want to know other people's thoughts, share this channel if you can. Send it out. Um, okay, TMGF, thank you. Yeah, I thought we were going to get destroyed, and then when we beat... And the thing that's so funny, when we swept Dallas and beat them in both those games, we won 17 games that season. That's the funny thing. Like, we won 17 games that season. And two of them were against Dallas. Or no, we didn't win 17. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I believe. Trying to think. No, I'm thinking of another team. Never mind. I don't think we won 17 that year. I might be thinking about... Because, no, we won 17 with Hazonia and Vonley. Never mind. Forget that. We won like 31, right? Because we won 17 and then got RJ. Yeah, I'm going crazy right now. I felt like forever ago now when I'm thinking about it. Progress is progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, my guy. Thank you guys for 50 likes. I really appreciate it. I know we have our criticisms of Leon and not saying he's bad at... Yeah, no GM does, but like the Knicks pre-Leon. Yeah, maybe we're not competing for a championship, but we're still a much improved team. Yeah, because we had RJ's rookie year, right? When we beat Porzingis, I believe. Yeah. Because we had like Moutier and stuff. Yeah, that was the year before. We were still bad though, weren't we? We were still pretty bad. We only won like 20, 28, 31 games. Mike Miller took over, I believe. What's going on, Austin? I hope you're doing well. I'm just having a brain fart right now. But how you doing, Austin? Are you new to the channel? If you're not, welcome back. I hope all is well. Because I know some people that like comment and they're like, oh no, I've been subscribed for a good amount of time. They just don't comment. I'm like, oh, it's all good. Yeah, the Wizards, I don't like the situation or the position the Wizards are in right now. They're gonna regret that contract in a couple of years. Yeah, Fizdale sucked. I was excited about Fizdale too. All right, so it was still very bad. It was still very bad. Louise, 21 games. Yeah, it's still bad. Not much of a difference. Well, welcome to the channel. Are you a New York Knicks fan, Austin? I'm guessing you are. You see Knicks offseason talk. Well, I always bring you guys updates when it comes to stuff going on in the New York Knicks world as fast as possible. And I just give you guys my perspective. I do live. Sometimes I stream and commentate games, but it's all New York Knicks on this channel. It's all New York Knicks. I do have another channel, though, if you are interested, called The Hoop Addict. If you're not just in love with the New York Knicks, only subscribe if you enjoy the NBA as well. Go subscribe to Austin Britt. He makes videos. Subscribe to Austin Britt. His ceiling, if everything breaks right, he stays healthy with his raw ability, he could be damn near a superstar. Um, Thank you, I appreciate that. I know Knicks Fan TV knows who I am, but they're big time. Knicks Fan TV is big time. I know when I was first starting off and I was kind of growing at a fast pace, I remember they tuned into my live stream. Or CP tuned in, I think it was probably. Um, yeah, I would love to collab with them though. I would love. I have a lot of respect for the streets are buzzing. They got good connections though. I remember he brought on he brought on Charles Oakley. That was a whole other thing though. The Xavier McDaniels interview I thought was the best interview. The Xavier McDaniels interview. That's awesome, TMGF. Who was my favorite player on the Knicks? Probably be RJ or Grimes, Quentin Grimes. But my favorite player in the entire league is Giannis. My favorite player in the entire league is Giannis. Yo, it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I freaking sometimes I send DMs. I try reaching out to like content creators sometimes. They don't even read my messages. I'm not gonna say who, they don't even read my messages. Even smaller NBA players I try to get on my other channel, I reach out. They don't respond. They too busy. They don't want anything to do with me. I feel like I'll be pretty good at those interviews too. I've always been a Knicks fan, yes. Yeah, they brought Fournier. Yo. But you guys, I'm gonna head out. Been live for a good amount of time. Been live since 9. It's 11:16. Or 9:08 technically. So thank you to everyone that tuned in. It was fun doing the tier list, talking Knicks with you guys. If you know anyone that's a Knicks fan out there and they're not on YouTube like that, they want updates, they want kind of a Knicks community, make sure you share this channel with them. I'm trying to get to 4K subscribers, trying to grow this thing as much as possible. I'm going to be taking it more and more serious. And make sure you share the other channel as well. The Hoop Addict, if you want. If you know anyone that's just a pure NBA fan, not a Knicks fan, you can share that channel as well. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. You guys are absolutely amazing. It's always a lot of fun talking Knicks with you guys, and I'm going to be trying to stream more games. I'm probably going to be streaming preseason games potentially, but the thing is, I watch on Hulu, and it's kind of a delay on Hulu because it's technically kind of a streaming service, even though it's kind of cable at the same time. Then there's a huge delay. Then everyone's saying the scoreboard's not matching up and all that. But thank you guys so much for the great amount of support. I really appreciate y'all. Louise, you have a great night. TMGF, you have a great night. Buzzerbeater, have a great night. Pranav, have a great night. I really appreciate all you guys. And I agree, Ratchet Radio. Sorry, Reese Rolex, that you're just tuning in now. I've been live for like a little over 2 hours, but it's not gonna be my last time I'm live. So have a great one, and I appreciate your support, Rolex. And I see you supporting the other channel, so it's much appreciated. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe. Have a great one. Stay humble.